Hey, I'm Julie, a fan Balzer, and today I've got an important scan and cut skill that I want to teach you. So I want to teach you how to partially embed a file. What does that even mean? Well, I'm glad that you asked. It's really about, think about a butterfly's wings coming out of the paper, but the butterfly body still being embedded, or a bat in the case of the example that we're going to do here. I'm here in Canvas Workspace Online. Now, you could also do this in Canvas Workspace for Mac or Canvas Workspace for PC. So, in the search bar at the top, I am going to type in bat because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some kind of bat file. And you can see that there are two options that come up. So, I'm going to go ahead and click on the bat wreath. And now here are several different bats that I can use. Now there are two different icons here for you to see. So this one is edit and this one is download. Now I want to edit this file so that I can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit. And as soon as this pop-up comes up, I'm simply going to say okay. Now, as you can see, you can use so many of these free files for different projects and use them in the way you want as sort of a design starter. So here are the bats. I only need one of them, so I'm going to go ahead and click on one. You can see it selected because that little blue dashed line comes up around it. I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard. Then I'm going to do the same with the second bat. And now with this third bat, you may be able to see that there are some perforation lines in this file, and I don't want those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to edit. Now the bat is selected. This is important. And I'm going to hit ungroup. Now you'll see a lot of different little boxes. What I can do is I can click off, which means I'm clicking somewhere that the bat isn't. And I can simply drag the bat away from the perforation lines, use my mouse to click and drag across all those perforation lines and simply hit delete, and now they're gone. And now I just have this plain bat to work with. So we want to make it so that the bat is going to be attached right in the center, but that the wings are still going to be free. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to make that magic happen. So it's a two-step process. So the first step is I'm going to go over to the basic shapes, and I'm going to choose a square. And I want to make this square however thick I want the bat to be attached. Now, one of the nice things about this particular design, and let me zoom in so we can really see this, but one of the nice things about this design is it actually has kind of a nice little width right here that I'm going to use. So I'm going to drag this skinny shape so that it fits right there. And of course you can change the width by simply grabbing onto the side these little blue dots and dragging it out or in. But now this looks like a nice fit to me. So I'm going to select both parts again by clicking and dragging across them. I always know when something is selected because I can see that blue dashed line around it. Under the edit menu, go down to the bottom and you'll see process overlap. Now these are really cool functions that allow you to really combine and dissect files. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove what's in the front, or in other words, the rectangle that we put up there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And now, when I move this rectangle out of the way, you can see that my bat file is divided, which is great. So now I can simply hit delete and get rid of that rectangle. But I do still have a problem, which is now just two halves of a bat are going to come out. And I actually want this to be partially embedded, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to uncolor this. That's the first step. So here, I'm going to pop down the properties panel. And I want the color to be nothing. And that is what this sort of like gray and white checkerboard means, is I want the fill to be nothing. So now we can just more clearly see the lines, which is important. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to double click on the bat. And you can see that all these little dots come up. These are all of the different vector points, basically. So they are sometimes called nodes and node editing if you're looking for the language, but there's a little too many of them for me to really pay attention. So I'm going to do this checkbox right up here that says hide control points. Okay. Now you'll see that there is something highlighted in teal. And as I click around onto these different blue nodes, different things get highlighted. I do want that up and down bar of the bat, right, to be highlighted, because what I want to do is I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to use this symbol right here, which basically means I want to open it. I want to break it open, and I'm going to click on it. And boom, just like that, you can see that this cut line is now missing. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to keep clicking the blue nodes until I see the highlighted what I want to get rid of. And I'm going to click that again. So now if I click off, which again is clicking where there isn't anything, you can see that now I have the bat, except it's missing the center part, which means it's going to stay in my paper. So now I can have lots of fun creating a custom file. So this could be the front of a card. It could be all kinds of things. I'm going to resize it just by dragging at the corner. And let's grab a rectangle. And now I can put my bat inside my rectangle, and I can go ahead and cut this out, and I will have a little pop-up bat just like these candle wraps that I created here. You can see all I did was add a couple of the bats, meaning more than one, to a rectangle, and boom, custom cut file, perfect for spooktacular Halloween. Thanks so much for watching. For more tips, tricks, and tutorials, I hope you'll check out my website at balzerdesigns.com. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to check out the ScanNCut website at ScanNCut.com.